lights on the screen, hey, it's Grant and Ryan. We bleed purple, talking hoops, never lying. Sacramento Kings, we rise and we fall. If you don't like that, then you don't know ball. Jerry sitting with the stories of the game, spilling all the truth, driving legends insane. From the Cow Palace days to Arco's roar, this town's heart beats on the hardwood floor. If you don't like that, turn away now. Kings in our blood, we rise strong and proud. Running up the score, Kings never back down. If you don't like that, this ain't your town.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I will just say that I think, without a doubt, this is the most impressive win of this young season for Sacramento, based on what happened last night, the overtime, the emotion of a 60-point game. No Sabonis, no DeRozan, no Monk. I don't care that you were playing a bad team. They have NBA players too. This was a signature type of win for me. Ryno?
Yeah, I'm not ready to say it's the best, but it is a signature win. Indeed. It is one of the top 2 of the season, and everybody showed up to play, Grant. You get 49 on the back of 60 from De'Aaron Fox.
What's a better win than this?
You know, I got to think about it for a second. I really liked that third quarter in Miami. Phoenix's overtime period was pretty damn good, but this was gritty. I said De'Aaron Fox was going to have to do something big, and I said Mike Brown was going to have to be a star of this game. And guess what, Grant? For me, he was second as most important. Called it, my buddy.
Where were his challenges when he needed him at the end of the game? He had them available because he didn't do something stupid in the first half.
Yep. Good job, Mike. He likes your rants, huh?
Twice.
I know. Back-to-back plays. Incredible stuff. But for them to grind through this, that third quarter was brutal. Utah shot 14 free throws in that third quarter. Sacramento shot 7, Grant, but they didn't come until under the 2-minute mark, and it slowed everything down. Utah set their defense the entire quarter. They put bigger guys on the court. They physicaled the Kings on the perimeter, and you thought the game was going to be over then because of what you said last night.
Loved it. Love to have those challenges at the end of the game. Don't ever use your challenges in the first half unless you are 100% certain that you were going to win. What a gritty effort. All right, now I'm going to go to the nitpicking, all right?
Yeah, let's get to it.
I'm really down on Keegan Murray. I'm just down on him. And I'm not down on him as a complete basketball player because I love what he does defensively. I like the way he's been rebounding ball. But Keegan Murray is becoming too often a non-factor on offense. And tonight is a night when you really needed him to contribute offensively, and he only scores 6 points. And I'm sorry, I have a problem with that. I know they won, but he played 39 minutes. And I don't want to hear about, well, gee, there's not enough shots for him because you got DeRozan and Sabonis on the floor. Not tonight. All right. There's no Monk on the floor. And listen, I understand that Fox over the last 2 games has been a ball dominant player. I understand that. But, Trey Lyles managed to score 17, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Huerter managed to score 18. Where's Keegan Murray's offense, Ryno? Where's his offense? He only took 6 freaking shots.
Grant, the only explanation I can give you is he's in year 3. He's a third-year player.
He didn't come out of college at 19, Ryan.
I get that, Grant, but still, you're figuring it out. You're being asked. This team's defensive rating is not where it's at without Keegan Murray. And I'm not going to put my argument on that because your guys that are on the All-NBA defensive team, they play both ends. They are very good players usually, but I just think Keegan is the guy that's not finding that niche. I think Jerry has been spot on about the shot being flat. I think there's more minutes on his plate, way more minutes than last year. Because Grant, in these situations, Keegan came out of the game last year in many instances.
I want to see more from him because I know he's got more and I want to see it. But again, I'm nitpicking. I'll tell you one thing. The Kings do not win this game without Trey Lyles tonight. It was his best game of the year. I was very impressed with what I saw from Lyles. Maybe this really gets him jump-started.
Yeah, he was so much more important than the points
Yes.
defensively. What he did kind of being I'm going to use a bad word. He was a prick tonight. He was pushing guys around at time, being strategic. He was that muscle on the court that we say the Kings lack, and very timely as well. What about Jordan McLaughlin, Napes?
Well, he hit a huge three, when you really needed it. That was a big time shot right there. And, he played 22 minutes. I thought he was very good. I thought he had a very good game.
Yep, very good indeed. By the way, we want to hear from all of you. As always, we open it up to you on the post-game show. So use the link that is in the chat. If you want to call in, you can also use the QR code on the screen. We'll kick it off tonight. Oh, he is gone. Our leadoff man is gone. That is okay. Be the leadoff. Next person.
That's okay. We're all good. And don't forget, I need a rant. So give me some rant ideas on the chat line. A rant with Grant coming up in a little bit. But this is a big time win. I don't care who you're playing under the circumstances. This is a huge win for Sacramento. A huge win. Huge.
Yeah, Utah is talented. Yes, they are in a rebuild, but they're not your typical rebuild. They just came off a win with the Mavericks a couple of nights ago. And with the disadvantage you had tonight, you have bridged the gap. You should hopefully have one of those three back, fingers crossed, by Monday night.
Yeah, you should. Next game for the Atlanta Hawks. And then the really nice thing is you have 3 days off before you play the Clippers. And this team's going to need that rest. There's a lot of minutes that have been logged here this last week. A lot of minutes.
You want to nitpick a little bit more?
Yeah.
How about 3 for 6 from the free throw line down the stretch?
I know, but how am I going to criticize Fox with what he did over the last 24 hours?
I know.
How am I going to do that?
Is that the greatest back-to-back performances by a King that you've ever seen?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think so.
Hands down.
Yeah.
It was incredible to hear what Jerry said at halftime about it.
It was. For those of you that missed it, I asked Jerry. I said, Jerry, you and Gary Gerald have seen more Kings games than any other people in Sacramento. Was that the greatest single performance you've ever seen by a Sacramento King? And he said, yes. That says something.
Indeed, it does. How about Orlando Robinson? First thoughts on him, Napes?
I like it. It's something that if he can play like that and build on that, it gives Mike Brown another player off the bench. So I liked what I saw.
Yeah, Alex Len, he was crucial. He played a great fourth quarter for the Kings.
Yep.
Everybody pitched in tonight, and that's what you needed. You had to. We talk about how thin this bench is. They showed up tonight.
They did show up tonight, and they needed to show up tonight. And I said last night on the postgame show that would have to happen. And it did. So I'm very again, I just think this is, for me personally, this is the best win of the year. All the conditions, who was playing, who wasn't playing last night. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Do you think this is the best win of the year? I mean, they did score 62. What was it, 62 in the first half? That's pretty damn good.
Offense was not the problem, and I can say their defense is not very good, but I think their defense is suspect too often anyway. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because this team's identity is their offense, and they're going to win on offense. They're not going to win on defense. So I'm okay with that. And yes, their point differential is a lot better this year. And you always talk about defensive ratings and everything. I use my stats are with my eyes.
Yeah.
I use my eyes to tell me the stats. And their defense is not very good. And I'm okay. Again, I'm okay with that. They're an offensive team.
I disagree. I completely disagree with you. Their defense isn't great, but I think their defense is pretty good.
It's not good enough. There's too many times when it's not good. There's too many times when they can't keep the ball in front of them. There's too many times when they allow dribble penetration. It's just not good enough.
Okay, last year they couldn't keep the ball in front of them, and it was a straight line drive. Now, if the ball gets past you, they're making timely help. They're getting deflections. They're doing those things. So at least for me, there's that year-over-year improvement. And this was never supposed to be a defensive team, Napes.
No, you're right. No, you're 100% correct. It was never supposed to be a defensive team. But you and I both know that if the Kings are going to be a playoff team and a decent playoff team, it's going to be their offense that takes them there, not their defense.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. De'Aaron Fox, this is what's so impressive to me. And again, I think it's the formula. He only shot 4 3-pointers tonight. 4 3-pointers, and you score 49 points. Great stuff. Let's go to the calls.
I do want to get to this because this is part of defense. Craig Bowlerjack, who's just a great guy and a great announcer, and Thoroughbelly mentioned all game that the Kings are ranked 29th in defending the three-point shot. Well, that goes back to what I was just saying a little bit because the NBA now is a three-point shooting league. It's not a two-point shooting league, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to go to the calls. They are bad at defending the three, but they push. I would say there's nothing in the middle with this team with defending the three. It's either a great defense and doing an awesome freaking job, Napes, or the guy could sit there, pack a lunch, wave hi to the wife, make the shot. It's crazy. That's why it's 29th to me. But Andy, welcome in tonight. How you doing? You're on with Grant and Ryno.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, buddy?
Good. How are you?
So, huge win, obviously, definitely much needed. Like Grant said last night, he's like, if the Kings don't win this one, like, we're already going to be a 500 team dealing with some injuries. Like, definitely needed this game, and what a heroic game from Fox, of course. Definitely had me on the edge of my seat there with those missed free throws at the end. I was getting some deja vu pretty bad from last year. Just one thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if you guys have said it yet, but I mean, we always talk about the inconsistencies of Keegan. I mean, in a game where we probably needed Keegan most, I mean, 5 points, and yeah, I get he's guarding Lauri Markkanen the whole game, and that's a tough assignment, but even then, Lauri Markkanen still scored 25 points. I'm just wondering, like, what you guys think Keegan needs to do to be more effective. Like, do they need to involve him more in the offense? Is that something he needs to just be more aggressive with, or what do you guys
talked
think?
a lot. It's a great question. First of all, if the Kings had lost this game, Keegan Murray would be getting destroyed tonight. So let's also acknowledge that he would be getting ripped to shreds if the Kings had lost this game tonight. Ryan's talked about this, and I agree with him. When you do have Sabonis and DeRozan, it's tough for him to get into a rhythm. It's tough for him to get into the shots that he wants because he's the fourth option. And when Monk's on the floor with those guys, he's the fifth option. So that's an issue. But it shouldn't have been an issue last night, and it certainly wasn't an issue tonight, and he still wasn't able to get shots off.
The only caveat I would give is you didn't really have, and I guess Jordan McLaughlin did a decent job of it, but you didn't have that true distributor. We've seen Mike Brown make it a point to get Kevin Huerter shots right out of the gate, out of timeouts. I think as the season goes along, Andy, Mike Brown's going to have to make, because of the composition of this team and that starting lineup, a point to get Keegan going here and there.
I agree. And I don't know if you guys watched the post game with Fox, but pretty much Deuce Mason asked him, like, how are you able to do this? Like, what does it feel like to be in a rhythm like this? And Fox pretty much just said that he's trying to always be in attack mode. And that's like so refreshing to hear, because like over the years, we've always been like, why is Fox not being aggressive? He needs to attack. And like, it seems like he's finally doing it only because he has to put the team on his back. I almost wish, obviously, like, he played like this every game, but that's unrealistic. But seeing him attack in this way is very, very encouraging, and I hope he continues to, implement it moving forward.
Well, you have to use your best attributes, and that's his best attribute. This looked like the De'Aaron Fox that I watched in the playoffs 2 years ago against Golden State before he broke his finger. This is the De'Aaron Fox that I saw then that I thought was on his way to real superstardom. This is the same De'Aaron Fox I saw in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, and Andy, him and Luke Laux, they work so closely together when it's the off season and De'Aaron travels. Luke travels with him, works him out. Luke sat down with him. They had a little film session evaluating the first, few games of the season, what's working, what's not working with the offense. And Luke has been really pushing him to attack the paint and get into the paint. And you've seen it evidently over the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's unstoppable. Once he makes up his mind and he wants to get into the paint, only good things happen. He's either getting to the line, he's getting a floater, or he's spraying, and we're getting spray threes. So, and if we keep making the threes like we have this game and 2 games ago against the Suns, like, we get DeRozan back, we get Malik back, I think good things are on the horizon, hopefully. So
yeah, and you better hope De'Aaron Fox doesn't get hurt even for a little bit, or this team's going to literally stall That's the one guy that they just have no replacement for. You saw they could kind of get by without a couple of the other players, but you're not going to get by without Fox. You just have to pray that he does not get any type of an injury.
If you lose De'Aaron Fox, Andy and Grant, in my opinion, you're going back to post All-Star break basketball last year because you have no pace. You are now going to be pounding the ball, a bigger focus on defense, physicality. So he is that one guy you can't.
Let's hope we don't have to talk about that.
Agree, indeed. Andy, thank you so much for kicking us off tonight, bud.
Yeah, Andy, of course. Of course. You guys have a good night. We'll see you guys Monday night.
Hey, thank you very much. I want to tell you about Sunrise Landing, the newest residential community in Colusa. Go to ColusaSunrise.com. You can check out their beautiful models from Blazona Development. Again, this is a beautiful community in Colusa. Remember, no Mellorews, no homeowners, good access to the major arteries, close to the Colusa Golf and Country Club. It's adjacent. It's great location. Again, go to ColusaSunrise.com. Get all the information that you need for Sunrise Landing in Colusa. So happy to have everybody with us here on the post game. The beam is lit. Big time win despite the circumstances. 121-117. Love taking your phone calls. That was a good call that we just had.
Phone call. And stimulate the chat here. I've got a little message for everybody. When De'Aaron sat out in the fourth quarter, Chat and Grant, the bench actually closed the gap. And that's one of those rare times that you don't have Fox Domas or Kevin Huerter on the floor. We welcome in the NBA guru, Zach. He got kicked out of the TNT studios.
Hello.
Oh, he really got kicked out.
Got kicked out of the If You Don't Like That studios.
I guess so. We bring in the other Zach. Zach, welcome in. You're on with Grant and Ryno. Both Zachs. What is going on? Zach, you there? No Zach. All right.
That's a little surprising.
We can carry the show. It's all
how many sprinkler systems do you think I would have been calling over the last 24 hours?
You probably would have had a good 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Legitimate sprinkler systems. Yes.
Yeah. Wow, what a 24 hours for De'Aaron Fox, and what a 24 hours for the Kings. And tomorrow, Mike Brown should absolutely make it mandatory that everybody stay the hell away from the gym, unless other than treatment. You know what I mean? Do not even come close to stepping on the floor.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Napes, I appreciate Mark Davis wanting to get things right. But some of the calls tonight, while they were the right calls, they were late calls. There was stoppages in the game to get things right. And it drug on. It definitely wasn't to the Kings' benefit when they were trying to pick the pace up in the fourth quarter.
By the way, NBA guru Zach said that's somebody trying to impersonate him.
Zach, wow, dude. You have
Zach, you're big time when people are trying to become you.
That is true. That is very true.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Did I just say the Kings defense is not good? Yeah, I did say that. They're not good. They're okay at times. They're good at times, but they're not good enough consistently, in my opinion. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're 8-6. And their 3-point defense is abysmal. It's it's the second worst in the league. So, I mean, I can't ignore that. This is a 3-point shooting league. It's not a 2-point shooting league. It's a 3-point shooting league. And the Kings are the second worst team in the league. So, yeah, I do have a problem with their defense. Ryan and I disagree on this a little bit, but that's fine. It needs to be better. It needs to be better.
Seeing if it improved any tonight. Probably not. Nope. Still 28th and 29th. You know, Grant, the problem is I can live probably if they get they're 26th in or 4th worst in 3-point or allowing 3-pointers to their opponent. But the number I have a problem with is they are 2nd worst in allowing attempts. So they allow the 2nd most attempts in the NBA. So if you can divert that number down a little bit, and maybe that comes down to, I think this is where you say we miss Davion Mitchell.
Guess what? You haven't played Golden State yet.
Yeah, and they're firing on all cylinders.
They shoot threes all over the yard. You're right. You do miss Davion Mitchell, and you were hoping that you had a replacement for him, but he's hurt.
Yep. See what you have in Devin Carter.
Don't forget about Thanksgiving at Bennett's, folks. Don't forget about Bennett's. They're open 11 in the morning to 7 p.m. There are 3 locations: Sacramento, Roseville, the West Side Grill for Thanksgiving. Go to Bennett'sRestaurants.com. Make your reservation now for Thanksgiving. Remember, you can also pick up your hot Thanksgiving dinner. That's an option for you. So keep that in mind. You want to eat at home, but you want Bennett's to provide the great food? Not a problem. They'll do that for you as well. Remember, Sacramento, Roseville, the West Side Grill in Rockland, Thanksgiving at Bennett's, Bennett'sRestaurants.com.
All right, this dude's been coming in angry as of late. Let's see if he's a little bit happier after a win. Zach, what's going on today?
Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, hey. I can't hear you that well, but hopefully we'll try our best. Yeah, I think it was a pretty solid win. I think as far as this season, I think it's right up there with the Phoenix win. But as far as Keegan Murray, here's the thing. I actually kind of did some research in the last 15 years, and I found 4 other players that peaked in their rookie season and then completely fell off. Tyreek Evans, Michael Carter-Williams, Marvin Bagley, and Jaleel Okafor. All of them blossomed in their rookie year, won Rookie of the Year. Then after that, fell off.
Marvin Bagley did not blossom in his rookie year, but go ahead.
Okay, maybe not Marvin Bagley, but those 3 other guys all won Rookie of the Year. And then I know Keegan Murray didn't win Rookie of the Year, had a very good rookie year, and then they all fell off. So I am worried that Murray is not going to rebound.
Grant?
I think your research is flawed. Okay, that's what I think. I could give you many, many more names than the 4 you gave me in completely different order, talking about their rookie year, their second year, and their third year, and how they blossom in year 4 and 5. So listen, I know you've done your research, and that's fine, but you have too small of a sample size for me. That doesn't do anything to me. That doesn't convince me in any way, shape, or form. You picked 3 guys out. Well, I could give you 30 guys that would give you the opposite graph.
And by your math, that's 3 guys out of 6,750.
Hey, you're killing me. Zach, go back to the drawing board, buddy. Have a good night. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Zach.
Ryan, you're freaking killing me. You know that? You're absolutely killing me.
It's the San Diego State math, buddy.
Oh, my God.
You got to pull out the calculator.
Well, and first of all, just for the record, I don't think Tyreek regressed. I think Tyreek had a good NBA career. He didn't have a great NBA career, but he had a good career. And there were many years after his rookie year where he still had a good year. So I wouldn't put him in that category either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was more off the court for him.
Hey, you're killing me. What was that number again? 6,000 what?
6,750. 3 of 6,000.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you? Okay.
Grant, I got too much time on my hands. I have too much fun doing these shows.
Hey, you're killing me over here. Oh my gosh.
All right, he's back on set. Guru.
That is the real Zach.
Yeah, someone was impersonating me, so I had to come in and show my face out here.
There you go.
Just want to give props to the bench and some key players. Trey Lyles, how about seeing him make some shots today? I mean, this is the Trey Lyles we've been wanting the whole season. I love seeing him shoot like that today. And that was one thing. It was good seeing Jordan. He made a huge shot in the last couple minutes. Huge.
Yeah.
And that was a nice pass by Keegan. I love him. He was aggressive at the end. People are hating on Keegan today, which he deserves to be, but he made a nice key pass. He was aggressive, went inside, got the penetration, passed to Jordan for the wide open 3. You don't see that too often, him doing that.
It was a good play, no doubt about it. It was a very good assist, maybe his best play of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And Doug McDermott, I need a little bit more from him. He's getting the start. For me, I saw a lot of his shots being pretty wide open, and they're just going in and out. I'm hoping they go in at some point because his whole point of him is to shoot the ball and make threes, and he's not really carrying that right now.
He's not going to get on the court anymore when the guys come back. He'll be in mop up time. He'll be his role.
He's an insurance policy.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, for sure. But we don't know how our players could get hurt anytime, so we just want him to show up at when he's getting called up, and hopefully he'll get that going. And just, I mean, I can't say enough about De'Aaron Fox. I mean, he was carrying. If he has a bad game, we probably lose this game.
No question. Of course, you lose the game. Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, this is the all-star De'Aaron Fox that we want to see the rest of the season. And it's just kind of nice. I mean, you get worried that some of our best players are getting not playing, and we find a way to win after 24 hours of a huge overtime game. It's nice to see when our bench has been one of the biggest weaknesses the whole year. They all came out today that they needed to.
Yep. No question.
Zach, I respect your opinion. What were your initial feelings, thoughts on Orlando Robinson?
Orlando Robinson, I like. He seemed like comfortable a little bit. Even he hasn't been. Obviously, he hasn't played. He hasn't got a lot of practice. But I felt like he belonged in the game. I felt like the shot. He wasn't forcing anything, and it was just an easy fit. He only got 12 minutes or whatnot. But I like the 3-point shot that he made today. That was good to see him. We saw that when we signed him. We said, oh, he has a little 3-point shot in him, and first game he makes it. So I like what I see so far. I mean, you guys said that you guys like what you saw as well, right?
Yeah, I was very impressed. Lively, exactly what I think can really help this team from the bench if he can build on that. Yeah, I liked what I saw.
Yeah, last night in Stockton, it's the same distance. He was 5-9 from beyond the arc. And I think if he can get more comfortable, remember, he didn't get a full training camp with the guys because he sprained his MCL a few days into it. So I think Mike Brown's going to try to get him some more practice time, but I think that is definitely a tool Mike Brown will utilize if he's able to continue developing, because the core is there.
I also liked Kevin Herter. He was very aggressive today. Off the ball, he's shooting 3-pointers. It wasn't just catch and shoot for him. I like that about him.
He needed to, because he was invisible last night. He did nothing last night.
Yeah, I think they told him, hey, like, you're going to have a lot of shots today. Just chuck them up today. Shoot off the dribble. It's yours. I was hoping they were doing that, saying that to Keegan too, but he only took 6 shots. Do you think, I mean, what do you guys think for his shot selection and shot aggressiveness? I mean, Kevin said, hey, we don't got a lot of players today. I'm going to chuck today. Keegan should have had that same mindset.
These guys know what they need to do. The coach doesn't have to tell them to shoot or whatever. I mean, it's just, I wish I had an answer for you. I don't have an answer for you.
I think Keegan, a couple things. I think he had a better defender on him. I think the guards that were on Kevin tonight were overplaying at times, which caused him. They were chasing. They were going for the home run. Gave him a couple of wide open looks. But then on the flip side, Keegan needs to keep working that player development piece. Last night, De'Aaron Fox told him he needs to shoot the effing ball. And tonight he showed confidence still in Keegan. So if that confidence is coming from the dude that just dropped over 102 games, I still got some confidence in the kid.
No, for sure. The one thing, I guess, the critique I got to give these guys is obviously, I mean, we all know it, the 3-point defense. We can't give Utah Jazz 46% from 3. I mean, that's just.
We see it every night.
It's what's keeping the King. Every game is pretty close that we've been playing for. I guess when we were winning the games, every game's been pretty.
You don't
close.
guard the 3-point line. I mean, that's just, I keep on saying I don't go by stats, but my eyes tell me that, and then the stats back that up.
I mean, Mike Brown as defensive coach. We can't just do 46% from Utah.
You know what? I don't want to hear about defensive coaches. That's all I've heard about since I've been in Sacramento. Oh, you got a defense. Oh, you got a defense. Oh, you got a Oh, we got a new defense. Oh, we got a new defense. You know what? It's garbage. It's garbage. All right, because the reality is you have a coaching staff. And generally speaking, it's not dissimilar to an NFL team where you have an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator. I mean, I remember when the Kings, and I can't remember his name, forgive me, had a defensive coach a couple of years ago, and he was regarded as one of the best defensive coaches in basketball.
Jordy
and the
Fernandez.
Kings have one of the worst defensive teams that I've ever seen. I don't put a lot of stake. You need to have players that know how to play defense and that want to play defense. Coaching is only going to take you so far.
Do you think it's they should change the scheme? I mean, they can't just do this the rest
I
of the
don't
year.
know. Again, I don't want to like be redundant about this. The Kings are an offensive team. That's how they're going to win most of the time. Do they need to play better defense? Yes. Do they need to do better defending the three? Yeah, of course they do. But they're going to win or they're going to lose primarily on their offense.
Yeah, I mean, I just think if we can improve it just a little. I'm not even saying like just don't be 30th, be like 20th, 23rd, 22nd in 3-point defense. We just need a minimal upgrade, and we'll be even carrying these wins even bigger.
Yeah, but
Zach, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. What's the next conversation then? That takes you from 11th to what, 7th in defensive rating? You know, I mean, Mike Brown has had teams twice in his career that have been the best at guarding the 3-point line for an entire season, but you're asking a bunch of drivers to putt right now. They're offensive players, and I like the deflection. I like the activity. Maybe it is a structural thing. Maybe it is a system thing that you need to tweak. Zach,
have a good night. Have a good night.
Take care.
Hey, it's now time for a rant. Yes, indeed. It is that time, and it is brought to you by EDH Motors, Automotive Reimagined. Just go to edhmotors.com. You'll get all the information you need. This is a long overdue new concept. And what they do at EDH Motors is they offer new vehicle brokerage. They also offer vehicle consignments where they sell your vehicle for you. And of course, they can buy your car, and they'll sell pre-owned vehicles as well. And you know what? You're going to take delivery at their auto lounge at the El Dorado Hills Town Center. So you don't ever have to go to a dealership. You don't have to worry about talking to salespeople. You're not going to get pressured by a manager. You're not going to get squeezed into the F&I office. Just two people trying to do something different and better, David and Adam at EDH Motors, Automotive Reimagined. And again, just go to edhmotors.com and you'll get all the information you need at EDH Motors. All right, I told you 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago. I told you last week. I told you last month. I told you since the fight was announced, Tyson and Paul, that I didn't give a damn and that this was a travesty to sports. All right. I said I didn't want any part of it. People said, how come you're not watching it on Netflix? I said, why would I watch it? It's a farce. So what happens as the fight's going on and after the fight, all I'm seeing on social media is pissed off people, how bad it was, how embarrassing it was, how the whole thing was just a joke. Really? Like that surprised you? Like, wake the hell up, would you please? I mean, use common sense here. 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce gloves. I looked at some of the video on social media today. It was like they were fighting with pillows on their hands. I mean, it was a joke. The whole thing. It's about money. They both made a fortune on this fight. You think they give a damn about what happened in the ring? Hell no. Money, 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 money. And they suckered you into it. And now you're upset that you invested your evening on a weekend with your buddies or whatever the case may be to have a party and to be thoroughly entertained, and you were thoroughly disgusted. Look in the freaking mirror. It's called common sense. This is nothing but a travesty, and you fell for it. And that's my rant for today. Did you watch the fight?
I turned it off at about the 5th round, and then I watched the final 30 seconds. But I do want to chime in.
Why'd you turn it off after the 5th round?
Because I didn't want to see Tyson like that. Dude couldn't move. He was a standing target. His knee was just shot. And I respect him for going 8 rounds at 59 years old. But the people that you're talking about are the knuckleheads, the schmucks who gambled on this thing. Those are the people that are pissed off. If you gambled on this, hit me up on my email and I'll give you the lines for WWE next weekend. Because that's all this was, Napes. Those are the upset people. Oh, he's going to knock him out in 2 rounds. Put $100 on it. Come on.
All I'm seeing is all the negativity and all the people complaining. Well, you got what you deserved. This is exactly what I thought would happen, and that's why I didn't want any part of it. I'm like, I'm not going to watch a 58-year-old man even get in. I mean, come on, stop it.
Okay, but this is the funny part. Saying you got what you deserved. It was on Netflix. Like, what's everybody bitching about? If you have a Netflix subscription, it's free.
I don't understand that either.
You're not paying.
It's not a pay-per-view deal.
You know what? I think they're testing it out because they've got NFL on Christmas Day, and they won't have near the audience that they had for this, but They've got to get that thing
Right.
ready. I think they've got bigger plans for the future.
All right, let's get to some more of Cole's.
Yeah, let's do it. And Tyson, here's the other thing, Grant. Tyson did not rule out fighting again in the ring last
Please.
night.
Stop it.
So,
Well, I wouldn't either if I made 26 million or whatever the hell it was. I'd fight again too with pillows on my hands.
you know, the last time you threw out a number in saying you did something or you do something, you had to shave your head, buddy. So
You know, let's take up more donations. What can we gain? You know, we donated a lot of money for charity.
we did. I agree. So you want to do 18-ounce gloves?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm 65. I'm older than Tyson. I can't use 14-ounce gloves. Baki, what's going on?
Bucky can ref.
Well, I didn't hear what you say because now in this moment the fight was over. Now is the biggest fight in a UFC, and Donald Trump is now. This is crazy. This is crazy stuff in the UFC.
They went crazy
right
at
now.
Madison Square Garden when Trump walked in. I saw on one of my TikTok feeds or whatever. I couldn't believe that they went absolutely nuts when he walked into Madison Square Garden.
This guy just knocked out Miocic, and this is crazy stuff right now on the screen. Crazy. Right in this moment. But okay, I'm gonna go back. Funny thing about Tyson match is I watch it with some people who is very interested in boxing. All the world. I mean, we spend our time watching Tyson when he was young, and other great fighters like you remember Nassim Hamed or Eubank or Lennox Lewis Holyfield. That was great boxing. So the people are watching the match and saw the absolutely Tyson. If that match was normal and regular, I don't know if they didn't wait for match to finish, as you said, just to collect the money. Then Tyson got the chance in only first round, and then after that, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna stay in the ring, and I will wait until he's finished." The guy is 59, but okay, who cares?
Right.
You're
Well-
absolutely right. They took the money from Netflix
Yeah.
users.
All right, let's
and
get
they-
back to the NBA. It's more
Okay,
entertaining.
I'm gonna
let's talk about
go
the
back to
NBA.
NBA. Well, Ryno, I think that Keegan is maybe your guy in this Kings team, but for me, saying that's only his third year, not enough, bro. I mean, playing third year of the NBA season with the team which was in the playoffs in his first year, then last year almost in the playoffs, being out only because of Monk injury, and then now third season considered as a playoff team, and you still don't have a formula to be consistent with at least 10-15 points. It's nothing but a recipe for a disaster. I don't care.
I don't know if I would say a recipe for disaster. I think that's being a little too harsh.
Okay, Grant, maybe it's too harsh, maybe early to say something like that, but everything is going into that direction. If we are speaking about his offense, you said on the beginning, this offense is not moving an inch. I mean, what is happening? The guy has. I mean, he's very
Well, his
kind. And
outside
I like
his
him very
three-point
much.
shot. I don't know what the hell's happened to his three-point shot.
Yeah.
I know that Ryan talks about it being flat. Jerry talks about being flat. It shouldn't be flat. You have coaches. You have video. I mean, that should be easily corrected.
I don't know. Everything is from my point, everything is in the head. So I don't care for a few rebounds. I can do a rebounds by myself in the NBA if I take the ball off the rim. That everybody knows that. And you know what is that producing every other night? If you have the same from Huerter, whatever you say, on every second night, it means you are forcing your main starters to have 30, 30, and 20, which is 80 out of 120 and 110 needed for the win. That will not be possible if you want to get far in this season.
Okay. So Baki, I don't disagree with you on some points. I concede the 3-point shooting 100%. Keegan Murray came from a college that was a structured offense at Iowa, completely structured. This is so much different. And if you look at his progression, if you want to say consistency, I'm with you. We can talk about consistency. Grant hits that all the time too, but he's growing. He's getting more aggressive at the rim. He's being able
Okay.
to go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. But can you tell me what did you see? Okay, let's forget the first rookie season. What did you see in last 2 years? Okay, last year and this one. Where did you see he's moving towards being better player in offense?
100% creating his own shot, getting at the rim more. He easily leads this team in offensive rebounds. I
Yeah,
don't
but
have
Ryno,
this.
he's going to the rim only when the path is clear.
No,
And
he's
then he
not,
slams
Baki.
the ball, and
No,
then he's using some of the we can count of every game. I'm watching every game 2 times, 3 times, and I'm looking for it where to find his improvement in offense. Okay, defense. Everybody must play defense like this or like that, and everybody will say, "Okay, Keegan has every night he's guarding the best player." Okay, but he's guarding it, and what you got Edwards putting 40 and other guys putting Claxon or whatever. So it's not, this is the basketball, this is a sport. It's not only playing on one side. You must play. You see, the Aaron Fox was made, okay, I will not say awful in defense, but he was not that good in defense maybe last year, maybe 2 years before. But now this year you can find great improvements in Fox defense. So if Fox continues to do the things like this, like last game, and this, like tonight, and plus doing the defense like he's doing all the season, this season, you will have something great from Fox. And that's
Foxy.
why I said 2 or 3 games before, better wake up, Fox, before it's not too late. And he woke up, and look at what we have
Baki,
how many?
appreciate you. Thank you very much for your contributions on the show, man. We appreciate your comments.
Thank you both.
thanks, Baki.
Appreciate the super chat donation. When we receive these donations, we are greatly appreciative.
Yes.
Keegan is still in the process. He is still learning and putting some good stats. Let's see what happens the rest of the season. I'm with you on that.
Yep.
I don't have anything to disagree with that. I'm not bearing the guy. I just want to see more. That's all.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not trying to defend him 100%, but
No.
it's crazy to think that,
Yep.
some of that stuff. Anyways, BJ, my man, you waited. Welcome in tonight, buddy.
What's going on? Nice to see you guys. It was a crazy win, but it still counts as a W in the win column, so I'm happy
Yep.
about that. I think we need to pump the brakes a little bit on Keegan unless we can make some type of good trade for him. Maybe that kid out in LA. I don't think they'll give him up though. I think the thing with Keegan and I play basketball. I'm an old man though. The flat shot and the stiffness and it just seems so basic that he just seems to need to bend his knees more. And I like to see him come off some screens. I don't know if he's in the right system to where they move the ball around enough for him to do like a Reggie Miller style of running people through screens. We're up and down and shooting the ball so fast that it almost seems like Brown, the coach, would need to or should potentially call a play or two for him. Like, hey, let's get Keegan coming off some screens and have him square up and bend his knees and get him into a rhythm. And I would like to see him go to the free throw line. It's a rhythm game, and he seems so stiff and just kind of tentative, a little bit of aggressiveness on offense. But overall, I think it was not a great game, but I think it was a good win. I don't think it's the best win of in the Kings history, but for this year, what I'm happy about, I'm a mentality guy. The way they came out and they played well, they played and Brown put in people and he was playing chess. And it might have been.
And they played a game without 3 of their very best players, Malik Monk, Domantas Sabonis, and DeMar DeRozan, all not in the lineup. And you played an overtime game last night where your main guys played in the mid 40 minutes. So you factor all of that in. This is a hell of a win tonight.
Exactly. I agree. And mentally, I was really looking at body language and how they came out. And I thought they came out well. And I'm very proud to say I'm a Kings fan. So thanks for doing your guys' show again. It's nice seeing you. And just a quick note, My son came back after a year and a half in Poland, nice and safe. So I'm less stress on me, and it's a
Great.
good thing. So you get to.
Happy to hear
I'm
that.
gonna fly out to Colorado and see my 5 grandsons and the family.
Good for
and
you.
stuff, so
You take
all right,
care.
you
Safe
guys.
travel.
Stuff, BJ.
Thank you.
Take care.
Tell him
Appreciate
thank
it.
you for his service too.
Yes, thank
For
you very
sure.
much. It's great. Thank you. Love the calls tonight. Love the feedback. Always nice when the Kings win. And boy, a day off tomorrow. Do they ever need that before they take on the Atlanta Hawks?
Oh yeah, lots of ice. I mean, Grant, what is it when you get to this point of the season and a day off? Is it all treatment? Is it getting away
Yes.
from the facility?
Right now, it's treatment with the schedule and the flights, San Antonio, Phoenix, coming home, quick turnarounds, overtime games. It's just treatment tomorrow. Absolutely.
Yep, I would
Yep.
think so.
Yep.
You know, if Keegan wasn't such a great defender, or the best defender, I should say, on the Kings, I would bring him off the bench.
Yeah, but his defense is, you got to have him in the lineup, as you said.
Yeah,
Yep.
you have to have him there right now.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hey, before we move on, I want to tell you about New Works Plumbing. They've got a fix for you. They're available around the clock 24/7 for your plumbing needs and repairs. Just go to sackserviceplumbing.com or call the number on your screen. New Works Plumbing, they've got a fix for you. They are absolutely awesome. Always enjoy the positive comments that I receive from customers that heard about New Works via us. That means a lot to me and Ryan, and so we greatly appreciate that. New Works Plumbing, sackserviceplumbing.com. They've got a fix for you.
What do you think? Should we go to Brian or not? No
Well,
camera.
We'll try it real quick. We'll give him a quick hook if it's no good. I'm going to put some faith in Brian.
All right, Brian, we're giving you a lifeline. Brian, welcome in tonight. You're on with Grant and Ryno.
Hey, Grant. Hey, Ryan. Great win. I just wanted to chip in my 2 cents on the Kings 3-point defense. And I think it's a two-sided deal. So obviously, like Ryno's mentioned in the past, we're getting a ton of deflections. But I think with those deflections, our defensive scheme is double teaming far too often. And I get we're a smaller team, but that's gonna lead to wide open sprays, and it's hurt us like all season. I've seen it the first 7 or 8 games.
I think you make a great point.
It is.
Jerry made this point a couple of weeks ago, and I think you're spot on.
But yeah, I'm stoked about the season. Fox just being aggressive, getting in the paint, pulling up. He doesn't have to do what he did in his first 2 years in Sacramento when he's just blazing, and he can get injured and get smacked going full speed, which that makes me feel good about that he's got that.
Brian, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Ryan obviously didn't have any faith in you. I put great faith in you. Doesn't that mean a lot that, Grant Napier had great faith in Brian? Ryan didn't even want to put you on the show. And I'm like, no, I got faith in Brian. See, I got your back, buddy.
Hey, I appreciate it, Grant.
Brian, it was a great call. I'm so glad you called. It was just your last name, my brother. We've had a few people running around here with no cameras in certain last names, and I'm like, okay, that can't be real. And it is. So good job, Brian.
Hey, thank you guys, and let's get another win.
Brian, call again, would you please? I always have your back, buddy. Always.
Hey, thanks, guys. Take care.
I was not expecting that.
Brian wanted to throw him under the bus, didn't want to take him. And I'm like, I have faith in Brian. Put him on. See?
Coin flip, man. Good job,
What's wrong
Brian.
with you, my man?
Grant, I'm a little trigger shy. Peaches and a couple of the others got me a little off my game.
The beam is lit. To me, it's the biggest, or excuse me, not the biggest. It's the best win of the year under their circumstances. The Kings needed this. They didn't want to fall to 500. They had to keep pace with the Lakers, who won, and some other teams. So I like this night. Let's see who can play during the Atlanta game. Let's hope you have one of these or two of these guys back. Malik's not playing back, not coming back, but hopefully you get Sabonis or DeMar DeRozan. Really appreciate all of you being here on the postgame show. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your NFL. And we'll talk to you Monday when the Kings take on the Hawks. Ryno, enjoy the rest of your weekend, partner.
I will. I'm going to be really quick. I'm going to be checking out the new merch tomorrow.
Yeah. You know what?
So make sure
Go
you guys go check out the new merch too.
Yeah, just go to ifyoudon'tlikethat.com or grantnapier.com. Get ready for the holiday season with my new merch. Ryan's got some stuff on there too. We've got some stuff on there. So ifyoudon'tlikethat.com or grantnapier.com, and that will get you to our store and you can check out our new merch. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Kings win. Light the beam. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. So long now. Bye-bye.